I'm so impressed by everyone on the show. I mean, I really learned so much. So thank you guys for doing this amazing, putting your life out there. So for Wayne, what was the catalyst? What was the point when you said, okay, I think I'm sort of almost ready? Do you have a moment when that happened in your mind?
I think it was twofold. One was we'd been approached a few times about doing a scripted version of our family, and we had a couple sitcom scripts written by big sitcom teams, and one of them a big white sitcom team who just didn't get what this multicultural, multifaceted family was like, and then coupled with a lot of the response that we got during the pandemic about people looking at our chosen and found family and saying, hey, what's the secret sauce? And then also while we're doing it, knowing that if we're going to do it, now is the time personally. We can't do this show if I don't share some of the truths that were going on in my life, because then it would be a super dishonest show. So all those things happened at once, and then boom, the family all jumped on board, and we created it.
Well, it's a family that loves each other because I don't know how you guys do it. Miley, I'm just impressed with your strength and your intelligence and the fact that for the age you are, you're just so amazing as a young woman. What do you want young people to take away from this amazing project you guys are doing about your life? What would you like them to take away, young folks especially?
Well, first of all, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I don't know. I think it sounds so cliche, but I think young people, and my mom and I were talking about this like recently, like you have less baggage, obviously, the younger you are. And so I think that a lot of times younger people see situations very clearly and for what they are. So I would say trust like your intuition. And I know that not in every family you can like speak your mind, but I think to just like follow your gut for yourself. Um and I don't know, that's kind of like what I tell myself to do all the time. So I suppose that's what I tell other people as well.
Well, I love the respect that you have for your parents and the fact that they allow you to be who you are with guidelines, which I think that's so important. So thank you so much, Mandie and Wayne, for raising a beautiful daughter with all these sensibilities and strength. And of course, Jason, I just love the fact that you are so supportive. What was it for you that was most challenging in saying, okay, I'm stepping in? What was your challenge doing this reality TV show?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question, and thank you. I think the difference between like a scripted, you know what I mean, like a scripted series where you get to write these archetypes, you have your villain, your hero. I think in real life, I think at least for me, I'm my own villain, I'm my own hero, and that constant battle, those things that we work through, our light and shadow side, um, was the challenge, because you show up with all of these different archetypes that you're working through, and that's on display. And I think that going into that, I think that was some of the fear about it, just knowing that fact. But with this kind of awesome support family, you know what I mean, I felt good about it.
Yeah, Mandie, you have so much power in yourself at the same time vulnerability. And I know there were moments in I watching the show that I wanted to cry as well and laugh and jump around. So for you, Mandie, in terms of you being a mom and the woman, and what is it for you that inspires you to be so strong and so collective and maintain the balance that you have in this family?
It's fighting for the things that are important. It's Wayne and I were married at one time. We lived in a really huge house, and we had all these bedrooms that we didn't need. We had all these parties with people there that we no longer talk to. Like, I'm from Hawaii. I was born and raised in Kaneohe, where there are three families living in one home. And there is no shame in raising someone else's child if the parents aren't in a place where they can. And then they come back and you call them auntie and uncle and nieces and nephews. That was the richest time in my life. It was not when Wayne was doing the talk show and we were married, and you know what I mean? That did not feel rich for me at all. And so I was like, you know what? That's what I want. Sometimes people have so much, like, they're so poor. all they have is money. So I'm going to fight for my family. I'm going to fight for my family members because they would for me. These people would do the same for me. And that's what motivates me.
Well, I can see that, especially with Wayne, you are sharing so much of yourself, and it's strong and it's heartfelt. What is the most impactful moment for you in the show?
Oh, wow. I don't even know if I could give you truly the most impactful moment of the show, because that might be a spoiler.
Okay, no
But
spoiler alerts.
I'll say this: the most impactful moment of the show really brings everything back around to family. And at this point in my life, I know that the happiest that I am is when my family is surrounding me and loving me. And to piggyback off what Mandie says, no amount of money in the world and chasing that and fame or whatever the thing is that's your hustle, nothing will ever replace that. And I'm a really blessed person because I have these people right here. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for sharing your truth with us, and
Thank you.
much success. Thank you again. Have a wonderful
Thank you,
day.
Joy. Thank you.
Thanks.